Okay, another contender. What do the Toronto Blue Jays need to get over the top this year in 2021 to make them the favorite in the American League? To get far in the playoffs, get to the World Series, win the World Series, something like that, and to set themselves up even more for the future because they're already a young, strong, talented, dynamic team, but they're not all the way there just yet. Okay, but they're heading in the right direction. So I've got two blockbuster trades that I think can make the Blue Jays that much better and can put them in a position to kind of be not only the dominant team in the American League East, but the dominant team in the American League. So, and that's same with the Red Sox there, and the other Rays, the Yankees, like a lot of other teams, A's, White Sox, just Angels up and coming, and Astros. So, but let's talk about these three trades. The first trade, okay, involves the Minnesota Twins. Okay, so Toronto would receive, they would be acquiring Jose Berrios, okay, and this is this year right now, Nelson Cruz, DH. Imagine adding that thumper in this lineup as a DH, and a frontline starter in Jose Berrios. Yes, it's going to be a steep price, but in return, they would be getting. Minnesota would be receiving Simeon Woods Richardson, who's their number 4 prospect, a right-handed pitcher. Okay, Alek Manoah, who's already made it to the majors, he's a right-handed pitcher, and Otto Lopez, who's their number 10 prospect who plays infield and outfield, is a versatile player. I don't think there's any way you get a package like this without giving up Manoah and Richardson, without giving up 2 pitchers, young pitchers. The Blue Jays are loaded with pitching in the minor league level, so they can afford to do this. Plus, Jose Berrios represents a significant upgrade over either one of these guys, both of them. So, putting Berrios in that rotation and Nelson Cruz in that lineup would really propel the Blue Jays over the top. That's the first trade, okay? And again, taking him from a potential American League rival, but this would also signify that the Twins are kind of ready to reshuffle here. They've struggled in the playoffs recently. They're underperforming this year significantly. So, would I be surprised if they moved Cruz? No. I would be a little bit more surprised if they moved Berrios, but they know that they could extract a huge package, and I'm very confident knowing that he's going to get a lot of interest at the trade deadline. So, and he'll get a lot of big offers, or they'll get a lot of big offers for him. So, this I think would be one of them, and this would be a smart move by the Toronto Blue Jays. Okay, that's the first trade. Number 2 involves, guess who? The Chicago Cubs, because it looks like they're open for business and they're going to be selling, offloading dudes. Okay, in this trade, Chris Bryant and Kyle Hendricks. Chris Bryant and Kyle Hendricks. Okay, they're starting their ace. So, and you have superstar Chris Bryant, who's back up to superstar status again. So they would require those two from the Cubs in exchange for Austin Martin, who's their number 2 prospect, who's a shortstop and an outfielder. All right. Simeon Woods Richardson, again, their number 4 prospect, a right-handed pitcher. And they'd have to give up Kevin Biggio, who's their second baseman at the major league level. One of their young dynamic players. I don't see any way you get Bryant and Hendricks without giving up a package like this. Just like I don't see this any way you get Cruz and Berrios without giving up a prospect package like that. And they would have to get that shortstop prospect back because I don't personally think that Javi Baez is going to be coming back to the Cubs, so they're going to need a prospect to replace him. And just like these other positions, shortstop and outfield, Austin Martin. So like Bryant plays infield and outfield, so he gives an acquiring team a lot of versatility and options at the plate, options on the field. So keeping in mind that increases his value. He's back up to his his superstar offensive stats. So that as well. Toronto's one of the teams that's significantly under the $210 million threshold. They can afford to re-sign him as well as acquiring him. Hendricks, I think, has a year and a half or maybe 2 more years of team control, so he comes with great value too. And a change of scenery too would do him some good. But getting this package, Bryant and Hendricks would not only represent a gigantic upgrade at a huge price, yes, but it would make the Blue Jays the absolute hands-down favorites in the American League East and most likely the American League. And it would, I think, force other teams to have to counter with other significant moves. They would have no choice. If they extracted one of these packages, the first one put some pressure on teams. This one here with the Cubs would really make teams scramble, and that's another part of the gamesmanship too. They're going to be bold. They want to go for it. This is how you be bold, and this is how you go for it. Okay, these trades are doable. They represent needs for both teams. Okay, the Cubs they stink at the prospect level. They need prospect depth everywhere. They would be getting significant prospect depth from both of these packages. So they need to rebuild. And quite honestly, I mean, if I were them, I'd be moving Rizzo for something. I'd be moving Baez for something. I'd be moving Wilson Contreras for something. Move as many people as you can and build around those other young kids. Build around Ian Happ and some of the younger kids. And get a bunch of prospect capital, loosen a bunch of payroll, and then give Theo Epstein and the rest of that crew a chance. Actually, Epstein's not even there now. Give the rest of that crew a chance to really, really, really do something and rebuild again and hopefully get another young group in there with a potential to compete for a World Series in a couple of years, just like they did in 2016. It is possible. It is possible. They've done it before. They can definitely do it again. So those are my two trades for the Toronto Blue Jays. You let me know what you think of that. That's a pretty significant one, in my opinion. So, and let me know what you think about the other videos. I'm keeping the videos to all the contenders. So, hope you enjoy them. Look out for some stuff that's still coming. And be on the lookout because my trade deadline predictions are coming shortly with the deadline looming in less than 3 weeks. So, I'll talk to you next time.